The amount of fucking money that people have to pay for this designer shit is just absolutely ridiculous. This is so freaking crazy these days. I understand that you love a name brand, but $1,995 for a handbag.
I'm sorry,
kidding
guys. Me? Nick's very triggered right now.
He was just reading something on his phone.
Oh, yeah. He's
he got fucking triggered.
You know what's funny?
Lemon
though, that
squeezy.
you bring that up?
You went 0 to 100 real quick.
Yeah.
So I've been really liking the idea of having a fanny pack
That's
lately.
Dude.
And me and my mom were talking about it yesterday. How, like, we both really like those Gucci fanny packs. Are like $1,800.
Oh, my God.
And if I had the money, I totally would buy one.
Of course
and then
you
you
would.
just going on your rant right now. It's fucking hilarious.
See, I would want a fanny pack that would be the similar style of like a seat belt buckle belt. Like, you know, like you just clip in, clip off. That's probably what they already do, actually.
Yeah,
I've just
like
never
the
owned
regular, like, kind of clips like that's on my backpack right here.
Yeah, you don't want one of them like
those
non-foolproof ones that just clip onto your belt and someone just yank it off and you'd be out of fanny pack. But the ones that have like built-in belts in them, I feel like it's much higher quality.
But yeah, we legit had a conversation about how nice those fucking $1,800 Gucci
That's
Hey, anything Gucci's like pretty fire nowadays. Did you see that face mask Gucci came out with?
what?
It's a ski mask that's made by Gucci.
Oh, when you said face mask, I went to a completely different place.
Yeah,
I was
my
thinking
bad.
like NFL players have like a face mask on a Gucci face mask on their
No,
helmets.
I went to a completely different place. I went to like BDSM. Like,
Oh. Damn,
I went
Gucci
to like someone's gonna get their dick sucked wearing this mask.
like
Sounds like a good time.
like he ain't getting a dick sucked unless that face has got Gucci on it.
Meaning someone who would wear it outside of a wrestling ring.
That's not Rey Mysterio. That's Gucci.
Yeah, but I don't know. You said face mask, and I instantly was like, that's pretty cool, you know, have like a fucking, just a sick-ass team's helmet, and it just has fucking Gucci, like, on their face mask.
I find it hilarious how he said one word and we all three jumped to different conclusions in our head.
Yes. That's the way it works.
I can see Supreme coming out with a face mask.
Supreme was on a kick of coming out with products with their brand name on it.
Well, you see they came out with newspaper, right?
They came out with a newspaper?
Yeah, they came out with
I saw
a newspaper and it just said Supreme on it, and people were going around town buying Supreme newspapers.
Oh, my God.
And
Yeah, I wonder how much they were selling them
they have
for.
random
Like
things that they come out with, and it's like a really big deal. Like
the crowbar?
Mero. No, not Mero. Desus. Desus Mero. He's really into Supreme stuff. Like, I seen a video, they went shopping, and there was like a Supreme, I forgot what it was. It was something random.
So pretty much all they do is they just put Supreme on something trivial, and it raises the... Like,
Yeah,
they have
people-
a Supreme sledgehammer.
Yeah, people are like,
So-
Supreme just dropped a new fucking pickaxe? Let's go.
They dropped some tape. What? About to get me some Supreme tape.
It's, you know, it's funny. I don't get why, but there's a NBA player, J.R. Smith on the Cavs. He has a Supreme tattoo on his leg, and the NBA told him literally every game that's not covered up, he will get fined for his fucking tattoo because it's not a brand that they're
Yeah, it's not a
partnered
brand
with.
sponsor.
So yeah, he could get paid for.
It's a fucking tattoo that he has on his calf.
But it's a logo. And
Yeah, but people have all kinds of logos tattooed on them. Mm-hmm. There's a fucking NBA player that has a fucking Warner Brothers logo tattooed on his chest, which is
but you don't see it.
no, you'll see his because
It's like flopping
right
around
here,
in the wind
and they're wearing
as they
fucking
run
tank
down the
tops.
court.
So you
Yeah,
can see his Warner Brothers.
But I'm sure you don't see it as much as it's on somebody's leg.
Well, no, but he wears like the fucking sleeves already anyway. But there's like a picture from like the off season where he had, like was just showing it, like when he was playing basketball. It's like someone took a picture of him and posted it. Then he got a letter saying, every game you don't have that covered up, you will get fined.
Oh,
And there was
jeez.
an NBA player.
That's messed up.
There's an NBA player last year that had his Supreme. They came out with just like the sleeves that they wear. There's one that had Supreme, and he was told to take it off after the first quarter. The referee made him take it off.
Sure.
Dude, how much are you on a bet? At some point, somebody's come up to him and said, "Bro, how much you buy that leg for?"
Right.
Yo, Supreme got a new tattoo.
Let me get that leg toe.
Let me get that leg. How much you gonna sell it for?
Be the
Yeah, but they have like random shit. Like I've seen a Supreme like ping pong paddle.
Supreme, like,
And
I would get a ping pong
It was
paddle.
a couple $100.
Yeah.
Is that much?
No, yeah, they fucking paint it red.
Put
Put this
Supreme
fucking
on it,
Supreme on it,
and it
it's
raises the dollar amount to hundreds of dollars above it.
Let's go to Home
I'm gonna
Depot.
fucking pull up eBay right now.
$25
I'll tell you, like, what some of the prices look like. of this
$25 sledgehammer. Put Supreme and paint it ruby
Supreme. 'Cause
red.
the
All of a
resale
sudden,
value of Supreme
$200.
stuff is also crazy.
Because they made it so there's
you
such
can-
a resale value, and they made it so probably there's only a little bit of there's
Limited each?
a limited supply.
I can see that. Supreme's
So
like
collectors can go ahead and go, oh, well, I really want it. And as soon as you get a small group of people wanting something, as soon as people hear about that, they'll go out and go, okay, well, I'll buy a bunch of it and then sell it to people. Like the newspapers. The newspapers were only a couple bucks.
I can see
And
that.
it was just a blank piece of paper with the word Supreme on it. And people went, I need it.
Dude, if they actually...
It's a fucking great business model that they're able to make their brand that popular to where they can do items like that.
It's so popular that they're just flipping different items.
No,
Like,
again, I respect
just like
their
them
hustle.
Jordans.
And if people are dumb enough to pay money for that type of stuff, hey, so be it. It's not so. Look at, it was on the New York Post, and it's just a blank page with the word Supreme.
It just says press up on the top of it, and then in the middle of the page it says...
Yeah, it says New York Post on the top, and then
Middle
where,
of paper.
where all the words are, it's the Supreme logo.
How much is that? Like $50 for just a piece of paper?
It's probably a lot more.
If it was like a legit New York Times press paper, it had every single page, but just the front page had Supreme on it, and it was just like a
Because it
regular
was on
newspaper.
newsstands.
Oh.
So people would go around New York
Like
buying stacks of it.
He's like, "Oh, you got that Supreme news, huh? Let me read this." Blank. It's selling for a hot price, kind of like them Jordans.
It's fucking 15 items that are rare, but I've already seen a fucking Supreme fire extinguisher.
Oh goodness, I would. Tell me why? Like when I hear that, I want to buy it.
Tell me why.
Ain't nothing but a heartbreak.
Tell me why. Nothing but a mistake.
Tell me
Tell me why.
I never want to hear you say that Supreme can't be my way. Oh,
I want it that way. Yeah.
but for real, like they make some crazy products.
Oh no! This was the one that got me.
I need
when
like
I first
a
read it.
box of Supreme
There's a
tissues.
fucking- here,
Supreme
look at the
tissue
item
box.
in the middle of this picture.
Yeah, Supreme box.
Oh my god, I would
It
buy
says
that.
Supreme.
It's engraved in it though.
Yeah,
They actually
but they also did come out with a brick that looks like that.
Yeah.
It's literally just a regular red brick that says Supreme.
they're like, "Yo, I got them bricks in the back seat.
And-
Sir, please step out of the car."
People.
Bro, I just bought the Supreme bricks today. Like, let me search your vehicle. It's not those kind of bricks. You could totally like get dragged out of a car. I feel like
For
like
what?
like
For
please,
bricks?
Yeah, you get.
Why?
Well, you know, at face value, when like a cop pulls you over, you just like
You just got bricks in your car.
yeah.
Go, I'm a landscaper.
Yeah, fuck you, bro. I'm building that wall that Trump keeps talking about.
Like, I don't know why you would get pulled over because you have bricks.
Oh my god.
I got
It's not
brakes
like-
on brakes on brakes.
It's not like they're standing outside a Home Depot going, get him.
You
guy
never
bought
know.
bricks.
Look up. He just left with bricks.
He's got 10 bricks on him. Go get him.
That's like that.
I'm waiting for Supreme toilet paper to come out. Honestly, that's what I'm gonna cop. So.
You just wake up in the morning, man. I just wiped Supreme today. I feel supreme.
I just wiped my ass with $100.
Dude, that would be a literal form of wiping your ass with money.
Yeah.
Because it'd just be
Either
supreme.
that or Supreme wet wipes.
Get a little clean action in there.
Nah, you just pull a Bert Kreischer and like take the already toilet paper Supreme and spit in it and turn it into an Alabama Supreme wet wipe.
Nah, I'll just get regular
No,
wet wipes.
because that would get stuck, and it wouldn't.
I don't. I don't know. I've never tried it, but just because you said it, I don't know if I want to try it. But it sounds like, yeah, that's nasty, dude. That's spit.
Well, no,
It's not that it's spit. It's that when
you
toilet
would
paper
get-
gets wet,
Oh, yeah.
So the paper would get caught inside.
it
Man,
falls apart.
what
It
is
falls
he-
apart. So a wet wipe is thicker, and it's not, and it's made supposed to be moist.
Dude.
A paper towel or toilet paper, it's not that great of material to begin with. So the fact that you're wetting it with water, it's going to start dissolving and breaking apart. So you're going to lose some in there.
Yeah.
So now you're just making more cleaning for yourself that you're probably going to have to go in and grab it or get more toilet paper and just keep wiping,
That's it.
which is just wasteful.
You crumple or fold.
Fold?
You fold? You crumple or fold? You just try and get in there and get out, or what's up?
Oh, you're talking about the toilet. I was like, crumble or I was like, did I miss something? I was like, oh, fold it up, bro.
Dude, yeah, I take my time.
Get a
Fold,
nice
fold that
little-
shit
get
up.
a nice little platform, you know?
I can tell you when I can tell you when I was younger, I just fucking grabbed that shit and just just throw it in there, clean. Yeah, it's clean. Just ball it up. Oh god. Hey, I never understood why in like so many films people would walk out of the bathroom with toilet paper stuck to their shoe. Mm-hmm. I've come close to doing that, but I've always wanted to experience it.
Why?
Oh, it's just because it's like a movie stereotype. Like
That's like saying,
you
I
walk
really
out.
want to know what it's like to get a swirly.
Oh, I've seen people get wedgies in a bunch of movies. Somebody do it to me.
I need that
Someone
feeling
get a
in my
wedgie
life.
to bring that atomic wedgie to life, bro.
Yeah, so yeah, fuck that.
It's going. That's a ruined pair of MeUndies right there. Actually, no,
Nah, because
MeUndies
meanies
would
so
stretch.
it would be okay.
So if you had like some other pair, you'd be screwed. They gonna tear.
Not even much mayonnaise.
Pretty
I forgot
bad.
I'm wearing them. It's like they're not even there.
Man, I didn't even put on Going Commando today. Nah, not really. I could never do that. What if you're like running and like
Okay,
you're
going
in
commando
jeans?
isn't the issue. It's just I'm not brave enough to ever do it in jeans.
I would.
I like my
I would
jeans
never.
way too much.
Though
I
that
feel like my
and,
dick way too much to like the fear of getting caught anywhere.
It's gonna get caught on that zipper, dude, at some point, and like you're gonna like jump.
Or your fucking dickhead's gonna rub up on the backside of the zipper.
Yeah.
No,
It's all bad news.
you gotta be fucking special kind of brave to fucking go commando wearing jeans.
Yeah.
Like
Fuck that.
I came to run a half a marathon in jeans, going commando.
Well, you're just
Dude,
stupid for running a marathon in
That's
jeans.
just like that's not a marathon. That's self-inflicted torture right there. That wouldn't be good. But I can.
Yeah, why'd you run a marathon in jeans?
I've done stupid stuff when I was younger.
Yeah, but have you ran a marathon in jeans?
Not a marathon, but I've ran a race in jeans when I was probably like 4th or 5th grade. They were having a event over. You know how they do Loop the Lagoon? Sure. I don't remember the last time they had that here in Vacaville, but they just do a 3K and a 5K run out at Lagoon Valley. Mm-hmm. And then there's, for like a lot of the high endurance people, they do the tower runs. And I think there's like 3 different races. Then there's, or 4 different races, because of the youth race that they have all the kids line up and they just run the length of the lagoon and then run back. So like from the dog park all the way over to the exit gate and then all the way back.
Which is
that was in jeans.
Long of a distance to run in jeans.
Yeah, it's not. It wasn't too terrible, but
anytime kids race is one. It was like a back and forth race. You see the kids that are hella slow, like kids that are fast enough, so they just turn around in the middle of the race and start running back.
Dude, I can totally see
Is it
that.
bad
Dude,
that
like,
I think I've done that before?
Yeah, you're like, oh, everyone's already going back this way.
Fuck it.
Remember when
I've been right here the whole time, guys.
I'd wait for a couple people to pass me, so that way I'd be like midfield. Because obviously I wouldn't be winning the race because you didn't see me in front. But if I'm mid-range, they'll think I gained.
I'll save myself. I have a full sprint.
Oh my god.
All these other kids gassed out. I kept some in the tank.
He's like, secret weapon. Just need some tree cover to initiate it.
Yeah, I was thinking about the other day. Like, I don't miss school at all, but I miss being able to crack my back on the desk.
Oh yeah, dude. Like desks are like the number one.
Like those fucking hard desks that are
Yeah.
all one thing. And just fucking
Crack, 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 crack.
oh, that's so good.
And it was like, was it a wooden chair that was like in the desk, or
I
you were
usually
always
had a
able to
plastic.
grab? You were always able to grab the desk and like twist your back and then lean back into it and
Yeah.
pop it. That
Those
was
are some
like
of
the way to
best
go.
back pops.
And it was really good when sometimes you get the plastic chairs, and as you're like popping it, it would bend even more, and then you'd like get excellent back adjustment in class. The good old throwback. Ah, sweet relief.
I used to, in one of my classes, I used to when this one girl, she'd pop her neck, but it freaked me out. It's like, you're just going to snap your neck one day. Because she would just fucking, bah!
Which you can't do physically.
Mm-hmm.
But still, it was just like,
Well, you ever like lean your head to like a certain side and you pop it like a bunch, or
Yeah.
you twist it a certain way? And it's actually like, after having looked it up, it's you don't even like do any neck twisting. It's all like angle and direction, and like sometimes I find that if you bend over diagonally, I can pop the part of my left shoulder if I lean to the right, and if I lean to the left, the same vice versa. It's, I don't know, it's kind of interesting. Just kind of stuff you play around and try and find out how to figure out relief when you're all like all tightened up and it hurts to move. I can say that, you remember how when Jelly Bean started coming out with other stuff besides jelly beans, like they had sports beans that
The
tasted
Gatorade ones.
Yeah, they were like Gatorade, and they're way better than the regular jelly beans because they were a little bit bigger and they were like chewier to like some consistency. But they advertised on them that like, hey, these have like not so much nutrition in them, but stuff to help you get ready before working out or like a race or hydrate you. Tell me why, like, I thought when I was younger, like, I thought it worked immediately, and I ate, like, I don't know, like 10 of them, and then started running a race, and then, like, had to stop because I almost threw it all back up.
Well, it's because they were Powerade jelly beans.
Oh, that's what it was. Okay.
So they were
amazing.
they were promoted as a sports drink supplementation that you can just take, when it was just a fucking jelly bean that tasted like Powerade, and that was it.
Oh, my God. Those, I could eat those by the frickin' gallon. That's a lot.
Never really a fan.
Of jelly beans?
Yeah.
Did you ever used to go, have you ever been to the factory or gone to the store in the outlets?
Mm-mm.
The one in the outlets was tight. I think it's still there, hopefully.
Yeah, it's right there next to Fenton still, I think.
You could go in there, and they had every single flavor separated. So if you wanted watermelon, you could leave with like 100 or more watermelon, depending on how many pounds you wanted. And you could choose...
Why you gotta bring up watermelon? Because I'm black?
Maybe. But watermelon's hella good, though. I like watermelon, too.
Not even black.
Yeah. My ancestors, bro. We all came from Africa. Not current day, but back in the day.
3 people ago.
I mean, it's more than 3 people
Yeah.
ago.
Just a few, just a wee bit. I'd like to figure out who my father's father was. How he was like. That was something that has been on my mind lately. Is figuring out. I've never met like that. I guess that would be my grandpa. But what about my great grandpa?
I don't know.
Like even further past that, I wonder what they were like.
I'm kind of in the mindset that going back further isn't going to do much. It's not going to have a big impact on my life.
There, hella people will be Hey, nincompoop. Yeah, jackwagon.
What, like, I don't know. I've never been fascinated with looking up my family tree.
Yeah.
I've just never cared.
That's fair enough.
Just because what information am I going to find out that's going to change my whole perspective on life? Mm-hmm. Not a lot.
There are people out
like,
there.
if I find out I'm, or more than 3 generations ago, my great grandfather, was a different color than I am now, and then what? I go, oh, I'm this. Mm-hmm. Fuck off.
No, I couldn't do that.
I wouldn't, but
I can see a bunch of people doing that nowadays. They'll immediately look at their family tree and just like, I am this now.
Yeah, and you're like, no.
Full life changes. I don't think I would be so quick to do that. That's just me, though.
I'd probably go, oh, that's cool. And if it ever came up in conversation, maybe I'd bring it up. But other than that,
you have wrong conversations.
I remember what my great grandfather used to tell me.
Part Asian. It's like, we're trying to figure out where we want to eat dinner. It's like, I know, right?
Yeah. And I'm hungry for my people's food.
I feel it in my blood. Every time I drive.
I see that dog now, I just get a little twitch.
Now, why are there no stray animals in our neighborhood? Let me take you to the family spot, yo.
No. Why are there no stray animals? Here.
like in your
Here, do you want some stew?
Hush now. Just have the stew real quick. I just cooked it up the other day in the backyard.
I love racism. It's so fun. It's fun when no one gets hurt.
Did you ever see Ari's Amazing Racist? Did you ever see that?
Mm-mm. You told me about it before. I've never watched it, though.
Okay. If you ever want to see OG Ari Shafir, I'd look up The Amazing Racist. He rags on everyone.
I really was a fan of him until like kind of recently. I started to find him more enjoyable.
When he started to do his most recent stand-up routines, that's when I really started to like listening to him, because his other stuff, he's difficult to get into. He's just one of those comedians that you either like him or you don't. But you can say that with a lot of comedians.
Like there's that Double Negative stand-up special on Netflix.
That one I couldn't watch fully.
The trailer didn't seem funny, and then when he'd go on the podcast, like the last Sober October, they would all, or even this one, they would all be down to do the premise and everything else, and then Ari was like, no, that's not cool. No, I don't want to do that. No, this is dumb. No, this is... And he kept poking a hole in things.
Oh, it's true.
And the only time I started to become a fan of Ari was the last podcast he did with Joe. Mm-hmm. And other than that, that's it. That's it. Only thing I've liked from Ari.
Do you guys know anything about what happened to comedy? Maybe it's just because he cut ties with Comedy Central and they gave his show to someone else. Is that how it worked?
For who?
Ari used to... His show was This Is Not Happening.
Okay.
On Comedy Central. And now it's hosted by someone else. Do you think that Comedy Central...
He probably said something that they didn't like and got rid of him.
I can see that happening.
Yeah, his contract might have went up, or he might have not wanted to do it anymore. Mm-hmm. He might have gone, I want to pursue other things, and I don't want to stay at Comedy Central. So I'm going to go, because he would leave for months on end. He would just pack up and leave. So I'm sure Comedy Central went, well, you have to stay here for a set amount of time. And he goes, no, that's not what I'm doing. So I'm going to leave.
Bitches.
Yeah.
Thailand. All them experiences.
So.
Man, I want to...
Stop fucking yawning, because you're making me yawn.
You can go fuck yourself.
I
can't. I have to go to work after this.
You need to stay focused.
Right? I'm about to go see that.
Alpha Brain hasn't kicked in yet.
It hasn't?
I don't know how to tell.
Me neither. Like I treated it.
It hasn't. Like you're like, what the fuck? I feel that shit right now. I'm fucking wired.
No, yeah, I feel a little wired.
I'm so fucking focused right now.
I'm on my zone. I'm in my flow state, man.
Yeah, I don't know how to tell.
Call up Style Bender. I need some pointers.
I don't know how to tell when that kicked in or not. Like I don't.
The first time I had Alpha Brain was like in the capsules, and I didn't notice you notice it after taking it over like a course of a couple days.
Yeah, you have to let it get into your system.
Mm-hmm. But the first time I ever tried it, I anticipated it to react the same way like beta-alanine and a pre-workout. I expected it to jolt me and make me wired, but that's not the case whatsoever. It's just a little bit of vitamin B6 and botanicals and all sorts of good herbs.
Because the pre-workout is supposed to get you jolted.
To get you
and then you're
moving.
done.
Mm-hmm. Then it's just like a slow decline.
Yeah,
or degrade.
The alpha brain is more of memory retention and you being focused on things and stuff of that nature to where
get shit done.
You get shit done and you're more aware.
Adderall without the prescription.
So
somewhat. Not really. It's there though. I can tell somewhat of a difference.
What, from being on Adderall and not being on Adderall? Or
oh no, Adderall is like night and day. Like you can, there was one night that you don't want to take it too late because you won't sleep, and like you'll try to sleep but you won't sleep. And I had used it in the past for exams. And I took one. I stayed up super late the night before, and then I took one in the morning of like a 3-exam day, and then just went to each class. I was wired throughout the freaking day because I'm someone that's not prescribed it and was given to it by an acquaintance at mine, like taking the same classes as me. Mm-hmm. And like that was just like done. That was the first time ever taking Adderall. Was just in a group of on a study team, just trying to get all this information crammed in and getting you ready for the next day. And then the other like 2 times, like I could easily say like, yeah, New Year's and someone's birthday, and then like the 4th one for fun. Just because there's a lot of different kinds that are out there. I mean, I know like sometimes people with ADHD get prescribed Ritalin. I feel that they've almost gotten rid of that by now because it having such a close relation to methamphetamines. But Adderall is just like the number one for ADHD prescription, which is crazy. Hey, you should have had an alpha brain. You should have. Oh, wait, you don't even got to work tonight, so like.
I had alpha brain, and I feel tired as fuck too.
It's probably because of the food and the beer too. It's like that would cause that too. So it's all good in the hood, is what they say.
I'm not gonna work.
Yeah, I can tell.
I'm going to, but I really don't want to.
No,
you won't be there for that long.
No.
Yeah, I have a feeling that they're gonna
don't want to be there at all.
Just yell out over the intercom, 3 and out. Okay. Sounds good. 3 and out, for those who don't know, is 3 hours and you're out of there. But you get paid for 4?
No. You
No?
get paid for the amount of time you work.
Dang. That was only with UPS. If you worked more than 4, you'd get paid 17, but you would have to be union.
I think that was a lot.
Honestly, Nick, I have no idea. There was so much stuff to where we got told one thing and something else was it. So I don't know. I didn't look into it, which I probably should have, but
that's okay.
I didn't care, to be honest.
You moved on from that noise.
So
it's all good. So like,
I blame you for me yawning right now.
Why?
Because you've been yawning since we've seen you.
They've been deflecting off me like an impervious shield.
Don't fucking concede to the peer pressure. Be your own man. I blame you for fucking blaming me. How about that, you little fucking slut?
And I blame you for blaming me for blaming you.
No, see, this isn't how that goes.
It is today, motherfucker.
Because if you bring it up, you're focused on me yawning. But if you just, don't focus on me.
Don't be sleeping.
You won't be seeing me yawn. See, I think you're looking at me too
Don't
much.
be sleeping.
Stop being so fucking weird. think that's your issue,
Got a
not
problem?
mine.
We got a problem, bro?
I'm gonna go step outside.
Why we got to step outside?
Hey,
There's plenty of room right there.
Yeah.
Hey,
It takes two to tango. But I don't got no tap dance shoes. You guys
I
ever
feel like
had
you
it?
have tap down shoes.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Would you ever buy tap dance shoes?
No,
Just to like,
I don't tap dance. So.
but I feel like you have tap down shoes.
no, I don't.
I feel like
I don't.
you've had at one point.
I've
I feel
seen
like
the
your mom
attachments.
Put you in like tap dance lessons.
Nah.
You've definitely seen it up close.
I got put in like Taekwondo lessons, and I got yelled at by the instructor, like, and I didn't want to go
Too busy
anymore.
Tap dancing, not taekwondo.
Dude, yeah, I know. I was just like
He was
doing.
like the little kid from I now pronounce you Chuck and Larry.
For real.
He's like, I want to be the Lord of Dance.
Let me dance, mommy. Let me dance. No, that's not okay.
Yeah, I feel like you're a tap dancer.
I've always wanted to river dance. I'll be honest with that. That's pretty tight.
I'm not gonna lie. I used to watch the Lord of Dance movie all the time. That's
Dude.
dope.
That's a really good performance, actually, because it's like you hear music
I'll show you after the podcast.
from them, like what? Hey,
You fucking what, man?
you gotta get, bro. You gotta give it a chance. You gotta see these people like throw down. You like you ever like that movie? Did you
Yes.
ever like the movie Step It Up and like Stomp the Yard?
I mean, you're Nick. You're not giving it.
Huh?
You're not helping this.
You're now arguing against it, and I
Oh.
don't appreciate it.
Oh, okay. All right.
Those movies
What were
were
you gonna say
trash.
though?
The best part about Stop
Stomp the Yard was Chris Brown dying.
Everyone went to go see that movie because of him. He
Hey,
dies
did-
10 minutes
I
in.
went to go see that movie because Chris Brown died. I was like, because that was when
Oh my God.
I didn't like Chris Brown because I said he used to sound like a girl.
Run it.
And
It's
people,
a man on the floor.
like he sounds like a girl while he's singing.
Mims.
So I went to go watch it because he got hit in the
Dude,
head
old
with
Chris
a
Brown
brick.
had fucking bangers though. How do you not like old Chris Brown?
Because
I think even new Chris Brown has bangers, but like old Chris Brown's fucking bangers.
when I was a kid, I was dumb, and I'd
I
go
mean, you're still
like,
dumb.
I mean, so are you, but we don't bring that up.
We're not talking about me right now. We're talking about you.
Well, we're still we're talking about you right now.
Nope.
Dude, all those artists like are getting older. How
That's
old is
'cause-
Chris Brown?
I don't know.
I would
I'll
just
look- I'll
sit
look
there
it
and
up.
go, I don't like pop music. I'm Edge.
You faggot.
And then I grew up and I was like, quit being a fucking dumbass.
This NSYNC song is fire.
I was like, NSYNC. I don't like NSYNC, but I'm going to listen to it behind everybody's back. And then,
No, fuck them. They're gay. It's tearing up my heart. One headphone in.
what are you listening to? The Screamo cover of Tear It Up My Heart?
The screamo
Listen to
cover
Eminem.
of all of it.
He speaks to me on a personal level.
Oh my god. Chris Brown's 20. Dude, if he's 29 years old right now,
Yeah.
how old was he?
He wasn't that much older than us when he
Yeah.
came out.
If you're gonna say how old was he 10 years ago,
No. I shouldn't even word it like that, dude. That just.
that's what you were gonna say.
Oh my
I
god.
think it was what he was going to say, and you stopped him from doing it.
along those lines.
Saved my ass. Dude, I was about to say, like, how old was he when it was 2003? Minus that much.
Yeah, minus that many years.
It's all good. Because, what is it, Tigers?
It's Tyga.
I was,
Yeah, you
yeah.
say tiger, you're thinking of a golfer.
And also, you can't use
Tiger.
You can't use the ER.
That's not supposed to go on you, bro.
Lil Wayne's 36. He's not even 40 yet.
That's
Yeah, he looks 50.
I mean, Tyga's
You're throwing way
28.
too much information at me that I don't give a shit about. I'll be honest.
You know what they were
I'm
talking
just like,
about
man,
recently?
random facts no one gives a fuck about.
Is
Nick gives us.
Drake's been hanging out with the actress, like 14-year-old actress from Stranger Things?
Okay. And?
And I don't know. People were just spreading rumors about it. There's nothing like from it. They're just friends, but people were just speculating. They're like, "Oh wow, what's a 14-year-old hanging out with?" Like they're fans
This
of
is
each
gonna be the
other. Are
second
you
time
kidding
within,
me?
Like 2 months, he's gonna be considered be called a pedo.
Yeah, no, it's maybe
hear about
2
that
months
a couple
from
months
now,
ago?
they're gonna, huh?
Did you hear about that a couple months ago?
That?
No,
Just now?
So he had shut down this restaurant to go on a date with some model, and it turned out that she had just recently turned 18. And there's pictures, like someone, obviously, because people are fucking weird and have no time, they went back and looked at his or her Instagram from like 3 years ago, and like the stuff that they were saying to each other when she was like 15 or 16.
Oh, no. While he was like 20?
Oh, however old
Something?
he was.
Yeah, 26,
Older than her.
20 something. Ooh. That's not good. This is Drake?
Yeah.
Like 2 years ago, though. So it's coming back. It's getting revealed again.
The model just recently turned 18. But there's photos of them when she was like 15 or 16.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like all like hugging close on each other and stuff.
Oh, my God.
So people are like...
Drake, what are you doing?
Basically.
What are you doing, Drake? And then it got dropped. And then now people are like... They're going to try and use that.
It got dropped because he came out with his album, so everyone stopped caring.
Yeah, right?
If you're reading this... Was that the one, like, if you're reading this, it's too late? Was that album? If it was... It should have been, like, 2 years ago.
I don't know what they were doing when they were hanging out before, but it came back up because recently...
Yeah.
She just turned 18, and there's a picture of them together.
Oh, my God. They're going to easily correlate this. Like, give it, like you said, 2 months. They're going to correlate that past stuff with... But it's all hearsay. It's all accusation, and there's only speculation about it currently. Like, people are just talking about it, and then people are going to try and force something upon him maybe at some point in the next 2 months. I hope that isn't the case, because everybody's, like, got a... I was going to say noose around their neck, but that's the wrong phrase I wanted to use.
I don't know. Personally, I could give a shit less about...
Famous people?
About who he's hanging out with.
This is true. It's just the...
Because it does nothing for me.
It
brings nothing to my life knowing who he's hanging out with.
I can agree.
Why should I give a shit?
Oh, you care.
True.
No, you care.
Also,
but it matters.
Movie
Yeah,
Chris
but
Brown
to
died
me,
do you remember that heist movie with Paul Walker and T.I.?
Yeah.
That wasn't Takers, was it? No.
Yes.
Was Idris Elba too?
Yes. And it had the dude from Think Like a Man.
Yeah, it's Takers. That's a good movie.
Yeah. That's a really good movie. I just got really sad because you saw how short T.I. was for like the first time. You're like, wow, he's fucking short as shit.
What is he, like 5'3"? Am I taller than him?
Yeah.
Or the same height?
He might be like an inch or two shorter than you.
Oh, dude! For once.
Yeah, because he's king
I'm
of the
not
South, and no
as
kings
short.
are tall.
Was he wearing them platform shoes?
I don't know.
Have you ever worn platform shoes?
No, I'm not gay.
No? Oh,
And also,
okay.
I'm taller than you guys, so I don't need to.
I don't know. It really bothers me when tall girls wear heels. Like, bitch,
Man.
you already 6'5".
Yeah, that I couldn't.
Does it make you
I
self-conscious?
couldn't hang.
No, it makes me mad. It's like, why are you trying to be a full foot taller than me? Her fucking ass is eye level, which that's just nice.
Yeah,
Yeah,
every
so
every
are
time
you
you try,
complaining?
no, every time
She's like fucking 8 feet tall now.
if
So?
she's like 8 feet tall, she's got to bend over. So, like, you know, every time you try and kiss her, she's gonna bend over, and like you got to worry about people
Well, for
looking
her,
at her.
she just pick you up. She's like, oh, you're so cute.
I mean, she might be 8 foot. You don't know if she's that strong.
Come here, little
He's
man.
small. He's skinny
Talking
guy.
more about you.
I was talking about him.
Oh, were you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, she could pick him up.
She's like, oh, he's so cute. Pick him up, hold it, and give him a little diggy.
I've had a girlfriend that was taller than me.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with it.
Yeah. And I have no problem with it
Yeah,
whatsoever.
taller than me.
I just always, like, everybody's different. Like, why would somebody base, like, I only like tall guys? You know how, like, girls say that?
Well, nowadays
they have low fucking standards. That's why they say shit like that.
Because nowadays, that's the big thing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they go, you know, people under 5'5" are children. And then they say boys. And then as the height gets bigger, it's like men. And then anything over 6 foot, they go God. And you go...
God mode.
Okay,
Activate.
well, delete.
And your standards are too low.
No.
So...
That beer was really good earlier.
The what?
Beer.
Oh.
It hit the spot. Beer's always good.
Why'd you say it like you were questioning that? Like, beer's always good.
Oh, just like,
You
I
said
was
it like
kind of like...
suspicious.
I said it, you
Like
know...
you were fucking second guessing if beer's good or not.
No, I like had a thought like as I was saying it. And,
The fucking Blue Moon wasn't as good as I thought it was going to be. It tasted way better in my head than what it was in the cup.
Yeah.
Oh, like the Blue Moon?
Yeah, it was way better in my head.
Especially when it's on tap, you would think that... I've always found that beers on tap taste that much better. Because, like, they'll give it to you in a glass, and it's coming straight out of the keg. And for some reason, and I think you guys can agree, that it totally tastes different from when it's bottled.
Well, I mean,
And like with
it's hard to
carbonation.
say, but some beers taste different when they're fucking in a can or in a bottle.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's not because it makes sense. For me, it doesn't
Yeah,
taste...
but when I say that, I feel like a faggot.
Well, yeah, I feel, and again, we've talked about this before, but I feel like an asshole when I say it tastes different from a can from a bottle, because I legitimately taste the aluminum from the can. I don't taste the difference when it's on tap from when it's on a bottle.
There's some beers that I like better in a can.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's fucking weird.
Like Bud Light with lime is way better in one of those aluminum cans you get at the baseball
Tecate
parks.
in a can. It's like it's a requirement.
Tecate.
I take a piss.
I wish they would make the aluminum bottles.
What?
Dude, I'm slowly using them.
Oh, Swishers?
Swishers on
Well, it's
deck.
because he leaves them downstairs and forgets about them.
Oh, no, I've been taking a couple out of the Dulce. I took one out of the Dulce Leche.
How'd you like those?
They were pretty gosh darn good. Pretty tasty. I forget, what's that other one that... Is that
The
ice?
Berry Blast?
Is that berry? No, what's this one?
It's the... Oh, yeah.
The Dulce Leche. It, like, I looked at the back of it and it had just like a full white label.
Oh, okay.
Because Swisher Sweets keeps coming out with different flavors. I know they're not really flavor. I guess they are flavors.
Yeah, because you can taste it. A lot of the times you taste it as soon as you light it up, and then all the flavor usually goes away after that.
No, yeah, absolutely. I think the worst blunt I had ever rolled in my life, because I didn't put two and two together. The Swisher makes a watermelon rum Swisher. I thought they just put rum in there because it has like a fancy name because they have white grape and tropical fusion, and that one has like banana and like another like pineapple smell to it. But the watermelon rum, literally, like you pull it out, that wasn't watermelon, that was fucking rum, like spiced freaking rum.
Right.
But I forced myself to enjoy the blunt because that was the only. I didn't want to go all the way back to the freaking 7-Eleven. Like you just get home, you just get settled in,
Because I would
and
imagine it
then
would suck
7-Eleven sabotaged you without you knowing.
if you have one flavor of weed, but then your Swisher doesn't taste good with that flavor.
Mm-hmm.
That would suck.
Dude, it wouldn't be good at all. That's why, I always was interested in the scents and flavors, and then I finally had just the originals, and then the originals ended up being the best, because you actually taste the different strains that are out there. Very interesting. But you do that, it's even better when you have like a hemp papers, too. You taste like way more of the strain. But enough about that. How was your trip to the Banya? Was it quick?
Why would you stop talking about weed to talk about him going to the bathroom?
I don't
You don't
know.
want to know about me holding my dick?
No.
I'm upset I missed a whole weed conversation.
Oh, crap. Well, what do you think? What do you prefer for wrapping papers?
To me, I don't really care.
Mm-hmm.
I think I like it better weed out of like just like a regular like zigzag or raw paper.
Mm-hmm. I got some of the hemp zigzags recently.
I still have one of those fucking grape hemp wraps in my fucking car.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
That one's got the CBDs in it, right?
Yeah.
I want to buy it off you.
I can just give it to you.
Oh, okay. That's it's
They're not
but
expensive.
You told me they were at like an AM PM, and I went to like two of them and I couldn't find them, or they weren't the
They're
right
right there
AM
by my
PMs.
house. I think like one of the dudes that works there, he smokes a lot of weed, so he probably makes sure that they get them.
Right there.
That's
Make
you
sure
see,
they're in
that's
stock.
a really good employee because like that would be the
No,
same.
it's not.
Yeah, it is because like he makes sure that he hooks it up. He's like, oh yeah, these are really good, so I make sure they're stocked
No, he just makes sure. He just
Make sure that they're
wants
stocked.
for his own. But yeah, actually, when you say that, it's for his own benefit. So you're
Yeah,
right.
you-
You're right.
You know what's funny?
He could
though?
definitely not give a shit about whether or not Anthony comes and gets him or not.
Like, man,
I
this
also
guy's
don't-
buying on
I
my.
also don't really buy them. I've bought them a few times.
Mm-hmm.
But it's funny that you mentioned weed and you asked about how my piss went because I was thinking it would be cool to have a spot where we can actually do the podcast and get high while doing the podcast
Oh
as opposed
yes.
to smoking and then doing the podcast. Because I like to see how fucking weird you get as it
No.
starts to hit you.
No.
Not go into a podcast.
You want to
with it.
see the transition?
I want to listen to the progression of Nick going
Wow.
from like full conversation to like, ha, yeah.
You're like fucking Shy Rodney.
Bad that rat.
Yeah.
You rotten new motherfucker, and I'm back from the dead.
I literally was thinking about that while I was taking a piss.
Oh
I
my
know you guys
god.
are talking about weed
So what you're saying is you were thinking about Nick while you were holding your dick.
No.
and you.
There you go. Nobody's left out in this
We're a team,
fantasy.
guys.
Gross.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I was like, it'd be cool to have a spot where we do the podcast and actually like smoke while we're doing it.
We could do that. I feel like we could pull it off. Location.
Yeah, we could. but,
Location. Location. I think we would just not have to do it in the podcast room. Is all. What if we just like mount the freaking mics to the railing, like right outside, and just try and talk? No, it'd be so noisy.
yeah, you hear all the outside noise of like the cars and shit going by.
I think we would have to like do it and
If I have my own
do a
spot, I'd be
podcast
like,
in the
"Fucking
garage.
smoke in here."
Yeah, guest Ray and Lisa. Well, actually, no, they don't like pot over at their house. Sorry, Ray. Sorry, Lisa.
No, but my old apartment, I used to fucking just smoke in there all the time.
Oh yeah, especially like you pay the bills in this motherfucker, so
Yeah,
I'm gonna
also,
smoke
you're
in my
definitely
own
not
house.
supposed to smoke in the apartment.
Yeah.
Oh, you're not supposed to?
No, you're not
No.
supposed to smoke cigarettes in your own apartment
They
because that shit seeps into the furniture and everything.
Don't-
And it's hard to get that smell out.
don't certain apartments. This is just I could be blowing smoke by saying this, but do they have alert testers like of some sort in there to like notify them if somebody, because if there was like an alarm system that would get a little bit annoying, but what if
I
there
always
was
unplug my smoke alarm.
something that they yeah, just unplug it, it would be totally fine. That's why I took mine out of my room. I know it's a fire hazard, but I didn't want to like be sleeping in the middle
I mean,
of
if
the
I'm
night
in
and
my
all of a
room and
sudden
it's on fire, I know it's happening. I don't need a fucking buzzer to go.
good point.
Why am I so warm? Oh shit! Fire!
There's a fire in my room.
Yeah, I'm not gonna wait for like. Right, that looks like that'll be a fire, but I don't hear the alarm.
I don't hear the alarm. What do I do?
Super hot fire. I can
Touch
see
your
that.
door. It feels hot. I don't hear the fire alarm going.
Safe.
Dude, that would be terrible if your house was on fire. I think anybody's house on fire would be terrible.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like it'd be a good experience.
Especially if you're just like
I've never had like, oh man, I wish my house was on fire today.
Have you ever been close to setting your house on fire? I can say that I have.
No.
When I was younger, there was like a candle at my grandma's house, and I was always told, you know, when grown-ups are talking or on the phone, like, don't interrupt them.
Mm-hmm.
So in one of the rooms, my grandma's in the living room. There's like a great room or the dining room, whatever you want to call it. We had another couch in there and a TV, and I was in my room, and I would come out to the living room, see what my grandma's doing, and I see this fucking candle that's lit, and the flames getting high, and it's starting to burn the shelf above it. And instead of like, yo, this place is about to fucking burn down, I would be like, excuse me, Grandma, whenever you have a moment, I have something to tell you. And she's like, oh, okay. And she kind of brushed me off, and I'd be like going back and forth between that room and the living room. And finally she got off the phone, and I was just like, this candle is burning really high. And she's like, why didn't you just say that there's a fire in the house?
Right? So you look and you go, because I don't want to get in trouble for being, for interrupting you. Whoosh. For something dangerous like that, you tell me.
That's exactly what I was told, basically.
But then you go, well, that's not what you told me.
Yeah. Okay,
you stop
Grandma.
changing the rules on me.
You make the rules.
Like, why did you just tell me it was on fire? So that was interrupt.
I was trying to be nice.
But there's a fire in the house, Grandma. Just trying to show you, throw
Yeah, but I
some
was like going
respect
back
your
and
way.
forth, but like when you have a minute, I have something really important to tell you.
Oh my
And
God.
just keep going back and forth, making sure the house isn't burning down, but I'm not saying that there's a fire going on.
Dude. I guess, like, my close encounter would have been me leaning up against the stove that's in the kitchen. And there's a couple of burners. Like, there's a spot where you can... What?
No, it's not you.
Uh-huh.
It's what I just read. Go ahead. I have something to tell you guys after.
There's an area that we can use to fry pancakes. And there's a little metal sheet cover that goes over that. And the burner got turned on to like 450. And the metal sheet cover was on top of it that had a plastic handle. Like, I don't know how long it was on for, but the two that are side by side are both covers. One handle, the plastic was melting onto this sheet of metal while the other one was intact. And when you would hold your hand like a foot above the surface, it would just be piping hot. The cabinets were hot, like they could have burst into flame at any second. But we cut that stuff off and got it turned off before it spontaneously combusted. It would have been disastrous, because once something that hot's that hot, like, good luck cooling down a bunch of metal and fire in the freaking kitchen. I mean, I got a fire extinguisher, that's what it's for, but what if you go to shoot...
Fire extinguisher in my house.
What if you, like, go to shoot a fire extinguisher that you had in your house, like, for so many years, and then you realize that it's expired and it's lost its pressure, and you're like, no!
It's just making a mess all over the place.
It's just, yeah, like spurting, it's like shooting blanks, like 2 feet from the fire. No! This fire extinguisher doesn't put out.
But your mom does.
No! You know her too? What were you reacting to earlier, though?
I just got an alert on my phone, and it was a picture from the weigh-ins. And fucking Drake showed up to the weigh-ins in a fucking Irish flag, and he's hugging McGregor. And I was like, you fucking piece of shit.
You
so gay.
fanboy. Dude, he likes to... Maybe it's just... That's just how he is. He shows up to a lot of, like, different big events like that.
He shows up to a lot of big events, but he's always, like, bandwagoning his support for... Because he showed up to, like big, like, college football games, and he'll wear, like, one team. But then then he'll go to another one, and he's wearing a different team. Like, oh, yeah, fucking, I ride with these guys forever or whatever. He said that with fucking college basketball. Not with the NBA. He's done that with football, too.
Oh, it was super funny, like, in one of those games that he was at, instead of, like, just the team jumping up off the bench in celebration, you just see him, like, there's a video of him, like, I'm going to jump up too, and he'll just jump and run into, like, the team celebrating, and just like, yeah, I'm here too, let's celebrate. Drake is a fanboy.
I wish there was some history I didn't know about that where, like, Canadians and Irish like fucking hated each other.
What?
So, like all of Canada turned their back on him.
Oh no! Is that where Drake's originally from? Is Canada?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh man, he went to Degrassi.
Dude, a lot of good people come from Canada. Jim Carrey?
That's two.
No.
William Shatner.
Yeah?
Yeah,
Is McFarlane Canadian?
I don't know.
What about Jim Brewer? Jim Brewer might be Canadian.
Who the fuck is Jim Burr?
He's a comedian. He's the dude from Half Baked.
Yeah. He's the guy that's like, sucks to be you, man.
Oh, okay.
And
Yeah.
he's who's coming with me?
Who's coming with me, man? Just ask for the Bob Marley extra crispy. He'll know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
That's a good. I need to watch that movie again. Actually, that's a good movie. I was thinking about watching Biodome the other day just to see an old. What's his name? Can't think of his name. It's on the tip of my tongue.
Brendan Fraser?
Not. Oh, he was in that too, right?
I don't know.
No, the
Or are you talking about Pauly Shore?
Pauly Shore. That's who it was. And no, Encino Man is a good Brendan Fraser movie. That's a good one. I don't remember what that one's entirely about. Kind of like how...
Caveman coming back in time.
Oh.
Or forward in time and not knowing where he is. It's just a fish out of water story.
Okay. I totally got...
He's gonna die.
He all gonna die.
I'm glad Brendan Fraser's finally getting work again, actually. In that Gettysburg TV show.
Is he?
Yeah. He's, but he was just, maybe it was just really shitty deals that he got cut into and got cut out of. I think there was like a marriage thing that he went through, but.
The only thing I remember of him really is the Mummy movies.
The Mummy, he played Tarzan, he played in the Looney Tunes.
George in the Jungle.
George in the
Let's
Jungle.
not call him Tarzan.
No! I can't believe I fucked that up. Dude, George of the Jungle is a fucking gem.
He was in Blast from the Past.
That's a good one.
He was in one of his most famous roles, Looney Tunes Back in Action.
How is there a Walmart out here?
I don't care what anyone says, that movie was fucking great.
Walmart. Like, water.
He turned his carrot into a lightsaber.
Oh, that's true. That Acme scene was gold, too. Like, they were showing the behind the scenes for Acme. Lightsaber.
And then they're in Nevada and they're at an Area 51 and they go, "Oh, is this Area 51?" And the lady there goes, "No, Area 51 is a conspiracy theory made to protect the identity of this facility." And they go, "Well, what's this facility?" And she goes, "Area 52."
Oh my god.
And Bugs Bunny holds up a piece of paper and it just says screwball on it. I was dying as a kid.
You know, I'd never...
Yosemite Sam stole Jeff Gordon's race car in Las Vegas.
That was really badass of him to have the character do that.
Yosemite Sam has his own casino in Las Vegas.
Oh god. This sounds so fucking terrible.
Dude, no, it's so good. It's such a gem.
So good.
You gotta watch it.
Brendan Fraser was an he was an out-of-work stunt actor that got in trouble on The Mummy for fucking up one of Brendan Fraser's scenes.
Yeah. Like, you got fired. Brendan Fraser, you're not allowed to work for him anymore.
He goes, no, Brendan Fraser, I do all my own stunts. That's Brendan Fraser saying it. Oh, it's so good.
So they
so
supposed
bad.
They supposed to make a Space Jam 2? Is that true or not?
Yeah, with
got
LeBron.
announced.
Oh my god.
LeBron
And
James.
it's supposed to be the director from that did Black Panther.
Ooh.
He's a producer.
Yeah, he's a producer, so.
He's gonna be a pretty gosh darn good movie director.
Well, I mean,
Producer, rather.
sometimes a producer doesn't really have anything to do with it.
Mm-hmm.
They're just a name so they can sell the movie.
Yeah.
Like when you see like an executive producer, and it's some indie movie, but you see Steven Spielberg, it's probably like, hey, can we put you on here? Sure.
Hey, can we
Here's like $50,000. Cool.
Hey,
if anyone asks you about the movie, just say you liked it. Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Sign me up.
Because that's what James Cameron did for the last Terminator movie. He was a producer on it, and he goes, best movie since the originals, and that movie fucking sucked.
No! Dang it.
And it made things worse because it actually fucked up the first two movies.
How?
Because they fucked up the timeline.
Mm-hmm. That's how you mess it up. That's how you mess a movie up. Like, you just mess the timeline up, and you just break the seamlessness that was once there. Actually, it wasn't even once there if it, like, broke timeline.
They go, yeah, when Terminator first came in the first movie and fucked up those punk heads, nah. Old Terminator came in and fucked his ass up.
Oh.
And then when the guy came back in time and was in the convenience store hiding and everything, it was actually the Terminator. They just fucked everything up in that movie.
Yeah, because they could have ended it after, well, no, they couldn't have ended it after the first one because the future was going on. And the basis for that, here is my theory on that, because the different outcomes and the different futures, there's so many different futures that they have the ability that a different future will have someone get sent back even though like everything worked out and they got rid of Skynet, there's still an alternate like universe that had that feature, and then the person still comes back in time, and then they make another movie out of it.
Well, it depends.
Even though they solved everything.
It depends on how time travel works in that
Yeah.
universe.
I feel like time travel works in multiple pasts and futures outcomes.
Well, it depends on the movie.
Okay. Oh yeah.
There's different movies.
I thought we just switched over to like talking about time travel, but no.
No, I'm talking about like time travel in the actual like Terminator movie. 'Cause
yeah.
each movie has different time traveling rules and what happens when you time travel.
Mm-hmm.
So
the Genesis one was pretty good. Terminator Genesis.
That movie sucked. I just got done saying how much it sucked. Oh no, wait, are you talking about Terminator? No, that's Salvation. Salvation's
pretty sweet.
Terminator
Is that
Genesis.
Salvation CGI Arnold?
Yeah.
That one was hilarious.
That's the one with Christian Bale.
Yeah, I didn't like the newer ones.
John Connor.
Yeah, the first one's cool. Second one's good. Third one is shit. Fourth one's better.
How are you?
And then after that, they went...
I'm the governor of cauliflower.
Governor of cauliflower? You said?
Yeah.
Apparently he's a wrestler.
What kind of wrestler?
Also, I saw a clip for the WWE this past week. Are we back in the fucking 90s again?
Dude, it's a bass.
Why is it good?
From the past.
No, it was literally...
all the Hall of Famers?
The Undertaker and Kane versus Shawn Michaels and Triple H. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, boy.
I don't want to see old-ass Undertaker. Because he still has the long hair, but it's like...
gray now?
It's not gray,
but
you can tell he puts that like black polish shit to make it dark black, and it's thinning. So it's not as long, and you're like, this is sad.
This is sad, Undertaker. But like Triple H still looks the same. He's still hella yoked. But like Shawn Michaels, he's got short. He doesn't have the long hair anymore.
Yeah, Shawn Michaels cut his hair because he went, I'm losing my hair. I'll just cut it like a smart motherfucker.
You're not the Heartbreak Kid anymore. You're a Heartbreak Old Man.
You're the Heart Attack Old Man.
HBOM.
Oh, dude. Actually, no, he could correlate because Triple H is... They always called him Triple H, but his nickname was The Game? No, it's The Game.
No. He first came out was Hunter Hearst Helmsley.
Hunter Hearst Helmsley.
That was his first character. He was an English aristocrat.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
And then
he started to get popular, and then instead of calling him that, he got with DX, or a little bit before that.
He started
DX was when he started going a little wild.
It was more of the 80s, which was more of the fantastical stuff. So he was Hunter Hearst Helmsley. And then everything started getting a little bit more edgier and stuff of that nature.
Era.
So he went from Hunter Hearst Helmsley to just Triple H. And then he went from Triple H to kind of get the nickname The Game. And now he's just Triple H.
Can you say that the 80s were the edgelord days?
I wasn't around, so I couldn't tell you.
Oh, okay.
I mean, not in wrestling.
You get real. No, yeah, not edgy.
Because I mean, Stone Cold started off as somebody with long blonde hair, and he was in a tag team match where they were like the California Boys.
Oh my god, I'm gonna look that
X-Pac
up.
was 1-2-3 Kid.
1-2-3 Kid?
Yeah, it was X-Pac.
What?
The Big Show, when he first came out, he sucked.
I also heard that,
He's
I don't know
hella
if it's
yoked
true,
now.
I never looked into it, but I heard Chris Jericho used to be Doink the Clown.
Doink the Clown?
Possibly. Because the Big Show's problem was when he came out, he was just big. He wasn't athletic. So they'd try to put him in matches, and he would just be the big guy that people would take out. So then he started to realize, oh, I actually have to be athletic, and I have to be other things besides just being big. That's why if you watch, he used to be overweight. Now he's just fucking jacked.
Yeah. I'm trying to... Damn, there's so many, like...
Old school wrestling was so good.
Dude,
I never went back on Netflix and watched like the old like documentaries on like NWO or DX. Or
NWO was sweet.
I did when they had them on Netflix. They don't have them on Netflix.
Yeah, they don't have them on
because
Netflix
it's on
anymore.
the. But no, I watched the NWO, that whole thing when the craziest thing NWO. You want me to tell you the craziest thing NWO ever did?
Mm-hmm. Here, give me a second. This is gonna make me laugh.
What? Like a WrestleMania tape?
An actual WrestleMania DVD.
That's cool.
No, yeah, wait for it. No, you don't laugh because on the front of it.
Is it Hulk Hogan?
Big Show and Mayweather.
Oh, it's that one?
Yeah, dude.
That's the one you got?
Yeah.
Lame. Is that when?
All right, go ahead and wrap this up. I gotta go.
What the fuck?
Is that when Randy Orton was the Legend Killer?
Yes.
Gotcha.
That's when he was doing.
He first came out?
When
all
him
the
and
RKOs.
that was after him and Batista and like two other random guys were in a group together.
Yeah.
It was.
That worked for Triple H.
Yeah, it was Triple H, Ric Flair, Randy Orton, and Batista. They were all in like a crew. I forget what.
And that's
they were
when
called.
Batista
No, they were in a
still-
crew, but at first when they first got there, they were like bodyguards for Triple H.
But-
That's what they were.
That's when Batista still had hair too.
So the best thing, the craziest thing that shocked everybody that NWO did was they turned Hulk Hogan from a babyface to a heel. Because before that, he was a babyface and he was the face of the company. So he was a good guy.
Oh.
And then, wasn't he in a match against Randy Savage?
Mm-hmm.
And because nobody realized...
That's when he started.
No, eventually they all joined in. Randy Savage was an NWO.
Well, what I'm saying in the beginning, because in the beginning, it was just Kevin Nash and
Scott Hall.
Scott Hall. Because what nobody realized was that Scott Hall and Kevin Nash moved over to NCW. Because they were on the WWE,
WCW.
and then they moved to WCW. So what Eric Bischoff did was he did a thread line to where they would come in and act like they were part of the WWE, fucking shit up.
I can see that.
Hey, we need a name.
Yeah.
We'll be the New World Order. So what they did was they came out in a match, and it was Hulk Hogan and somebody else.
That's when he started.
Hulk Hogan looked at him, and they went like they were going to fight, and then they stopped in the middle of the ring, and they shook each other's hands. And they
Oh.
immediately fucked up whoever Hulk Hogan was fighting, and the whole crowd went. They started throwing shit into the ring. Fans were upset.
When he switched over to NW. That's when he started. Once he was joined NWA.
How he joined NWO, he was in a heavyweight title fight against Kevin Nash.
It wasn't Kevin Nash.
What about.
Because wasn't it Kevin Nash where he like touched him, like he just barely tapped him, and Kevin Nash fell down and then he pinned him?
No, that was when he had already joined NWO. He had already joined NWO, and they would do shit like that. because the first time he was still in his regular like orange and gold outfit or red and yellow outfit.
Yeah.
Oh, come here.
Then when he went into NWO, that's when he like dyed his beard black and started wearing the black and white.
That's I liked it when he was a villain.
NWO.
Yeah, and that's what got
Hulk Hogan villain
that's what
was
fucked it
awesome.
up, is every week a new person from the WCW joined NWO.
I did like
They should have
the
kept
arc that
it
they
select.
did once the WWF bought WCW, and they were like invading each other's shows. They ripped that part of it before they shut down WCW entirely.
Yeah.
We're going to SmackDown, and
They
like
were,
Raw to
they would, like,
SmackDown.
invade
And,
Monday Night Nitro.
yes,
But there was
They would
literally
kick
a
some
war
butt.
going on between WWE and WCW for the Monday night wrestling. views.
Honestly, when WCW was around, I watched that way more.
mm-hmm.
They had the fucking Nitro girls.
Wasn't
they had
Sting,
Booker
WCW had Booker and Sting.
They had Rey Mysterio. They had the whole cruiserweight division. They had Juventud Guerrero,
Oh.
Psychosis, Kid Nash, I think his name was.
Do you guys remember the Boogeyman?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh God, dude with can of worms.
That's where I left.
Oh, dude, he did some nasty ass
Yeah,
shit.
That's where I dipped.
Was Hornswoggle on SmackDown or Raw?
I don't remember.
Okay, that's all
I'd
right.
say around that time, that's when I dipped. That was the last time I got back into wrestling.
And they started
I seen that,
introducing
I
the
was just
nasty
like, all right,
characters. We got to have some shock value up in this.
Well, they were trying to bring the Edge back, I think, because that was when they took off Kane's mask, and Kane was in that movie See No Evil.
Oh,
The guy that was playing Kane was in See No Evil.
Mm-hmm.
So they were trying to do a little bit of
Was that
Edge.
his actual face, or was that like makeup underneath the mask?
No, that was his actual face.
That was actually him.
Yeah.
He actually was burnt up when he was younger.
No.
Oh,
No,
yeah,
that
was
wasn't him
makeup.
burnt up. It was he just had the blue eye. When
I
they
thought
took
he
off
still-
the
I thought
mask
they
and
still
he
had,
was
had
without the mask.
I thought they still had some scars on him and shit.
No.
Oh,
They
yeah,
might
that
have
was told when they first took
the
it off.
mask.
That was makeup.
But then when
He had eyeshadow.
But then when the Boogeyman came up and JBL was big, he had no mask. And he was just a bald-headed dude.
With paint and
See,
weird.
When JBL happened too, that's when I was done. Because I really liked him in APA with Farouk, where they just have fucking poker games and shit.
Well, then Booker T fucking got hella lame when he became King Booker.
King
And
Booker.
his wife got involved, and he was like, "It is King Booker," and he tried to have an English accent. I was like, "This is garbage."
Yeah, they
Nope.
really fucked up.
Bring back Stone Cold and Booker T fighting in the grocery store.
Do you guys remember when in the show they had it to where somebody accused Batista of sexually assaulting them?
Oh God.
It was the girl that would jump up on the ring, do splits, and then slide her way in.
Oh, I remember who
Melina. So
Ooh, I remember her.
because what happened was they made him. They said that she was a sexual assault victim, and he had a video where he was like, "She never said no, she never said stop, da da da." And then there was a cage match where I think one of her guys was going up against Batista, so they're in a cage. Well, then Melina comes out, and then this is Mark Henry's first appearance in WWE. So Mark Henry's outside the cage doing this, and then he rips off the door to the cage, walks in and starts beating the fuck out of Batista.
Dude. I haven't seen Mark.
He was legitimately the strongest man for a while.
Yeah.
Oh, Mark Henry,
Yeah,
the
he
big
was
dude.
legitimately the
It was-
world's strongest man.
Oh my God.
That wasn't just a title.
The world's strongest man, Mark Henry.
And then they had the great Khali.
Oh, he was in
And he
Get
had a
Smart.
rivalry against Rey Mysterio, which was fucking dumb.
Mysterio. Oh.
I felt so bad. It's come on, he's obviously 100 pounds heavier than him.
Mm-hmm.
Why is Rey Mysterio in the heavyweight brackets?
He's jumping all over. He's doing flips. He could
I
do
remember
some.
China was heavyweight champion for a while too.
Yeah, she was in DX.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I remember they.
Dog Jesse James, badass Billy Gunn.
There's so many good characters that were in Raw and SmackDown.
The Hardy Boys, when they first came out, they were fucking sick too.
I really like
They're like fucking.
They went way too crazy with fucking Matt Hardy. Matt Hardy's gone. His character's just gone. Woo.
Well, because they separated, and Jeff Hardy went to like TNA.
Yeah.
And Matt Hardy came back, and he was on his own. So they were trying to figure out what to do with this character, and they just turned him into a fucking weirdo.
And then, because the nice thing about when the Hardy Boys came out is when that was, I forget what they were called, but it was Edge and Christian were a tag team.
I don't think they had a name.
And
there was a group when they were with that one vampire dude. They were in a group, but I think their tag team, they were just Edge and Christian.
And they had a lot of good matches.
Yeah, those were fun, and then they did the TLC matches.
Yeah.
I have the first TLC match from, I think it's No Mercy, on VHS somewhere. At my
yeah,
house.
that's what you've said. And then it was hilarious because then John Cena came up, and then Edge and John Cena had a feud. Remember when Edge and Lita fucked in the middle of the ring?
Oh. Oh, God.
Like, there was a bed set up and everything, and they were just like, yeah, we're just going to fuck right here.
In the front of everyone?
Yeah.
I mean,
have
sex, quote unquote. They just went under the covers and I think they threw their pants off or would throw clothes out and would act like they're doing something. But obviously they weren't fucking underneath the blanket.
Was it the girl that was in the wheelchair? Is that the girl you're talking about? With Edge? Edge was like, there was
that was Eddie Guerrero's wife.
Oh, ew.
Yeah, for a little bit.
Oh, crap.
No, Edge... Lita, the girl with the red head that had the thong that would stick out of her jeans.
That's okay.
She was with Matt Hardy in the Hardy Boys.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, and then Matt Hardy and Edge had a whole beef going on.
Yeah, because of her.
Yeah.
And then there was the supervisor. It was one of the people that were just behind the scenes that they started. Edge they proposed a love interest against someone that was in charge of SmackDown or someone like that, someone that was in charge of the corporation.
I have no clue about that.
Yeah, I don't remember that, to be honest.
No, okay, that's all right.
I know Stephanie McMahon was supposedly dating someone. I don't know if it was Edge. Whenever Triple H drugged her and they got married in
That
Vegas.
shit was hilarious.
Oh,
I don't think it was Edge.
Brother-in-law.
It was who she was with.
My brother-in-law. Actually, no, son-in-law. That McMahon would call Triple H his son-in-law.
That was just a weird way to announce that they were married. Because all of a sudden, oh yeah, she was drugged and they got married in a fucking drive-thru in Vegas. And then all of a sudden, she's just cool with being married to him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was just how they announced that they actually were legitimately married.
Because wasn't she saved by Triple H from, the Undertaker or Kane in, some weird-ass match?
I don't remember.
Mm-hmm. It was strangely set up,
Stone
but it
Cold
worked.
used to be a fucking G, though, because what he would do is a lot of the camera guys would get upset because after filming, they would stay after. Well, Stone Cold would just go into the middle of the ring with 4 fucking beer cans and start cracking them open and start drinking and just fuck with the crowd and do shit with the crowd. And then he'd bring out other wrestlers and then he'd go, okay, give me another beer. And cameramen would just be like, no, we want to go home.
Come here, beer.
Fuck this shit. Cut it.
Stop!
But yeah, Stone Cold would be out there for an hour, 2 hours after they got done filming and just go have fun with the crowd.
Oh, with the packed stadium?
Yeah, with the packed stadium.
Oh.
After they were done filming, the crowd would still be there and Stone Cold would just walk onto a stage.
It wouldn't be late because when I went to a
That's
Monday
probably
Night Raw.
why.
I went to a Monday Night Raw one time and it started at 4.
Oh my God.
We were the show was over at 6.
So,
and it was on a fucking. It was on a Wednesday.
Oh my gosh.
So
Yeah, Monday Night Raw's not even filmed on Monday.
No.
They film them all they travel. They film them all kind of back to back to back, and then they have a bunch of time off.
Mm-hmm.
They film a bunch, then they get ready for a pay per view. Then they'll film a bunch more, and they'll get ready for the next pay per view.
So
I wonder if it's all just the way if every single night, do you think there's some nights that they repeat the same stunts in different areas? But then again, I feel like they would also lose fans if they have people following them to each state.
I'm not gonna lie, that kind of fucked me up. And I was like, oh yeah, you're going to a wrestling event. And then I got there and it's like, Monday Night Raw. And I was like,
Monday.
No! And then like 2 weeks later, I seen the one that I went to.
That's amazing. See, that's badass. Like, you're like, there's me. It makes you want to, like...
Was it? It was dumb. Like, at that time, you think
I already saw
wrestling
this.
real and shit.
No.
So it was just like, oh, it's not even Monday Night Raw. And, oh, it's 2 weeks later.
Dude, that's hilarious. I can see that happening.
How long have we been going?
Oh, we're about a minute 20? No.
An hour 20?
An hour 20.
This Alpha brain got me fucked up.
No!
I'm so focused. Did a whole podcast in a minute 20.
It's gone by so slow.
Oh, my lord. Yeah, I totally read it like I thought it was a minute with, like, the seconds behind. There's the milliseconds. There's the 20 seconds.
It's been a minute and 20 seconds, guys.
Aw, yeah.
Alpha brain works crazy.
Whew. Super focused, all in 1 minute and 20. But, yeah, hour and 20.
Shit.
How you guys feel? How everybody listening who's still tuned in feel? Hope you feel good.
We're not going to know.
They'll know. They'll post it. Like they'll be like, "Hey Nick, we feel good."
I guess.
Yeah.
Whatever you say, Nick,
they just
whatever
gotta
helps you sleep at
tag
night.
me. Like we're on Twitter. Just
I guess,
me.
man.
At me, bro.
Oh, that's my mom about the shirts.
Yeah.
The only thing she wasn't able to do was the tree, because the tree's like multiple colors.
Mm-hmm.
But she found paper that has like the same kind of color like layout.
Nice.
So she said when she gets that, she'll try and make them.
We might need, like, hoodies for this type of season.
Ooh. I'm down. I'll get some hoodies off of Amazon.
Yeah.
Something
You
nice.
just go to like a flea market.
Yeah, you get, like, just a black...
You know what? What's a good flea market? Do you know where any good ones are?
There's a good one. There's a pretty good one in Stockton. There's a good one in Sacramento. I forget where exactly. I think in Rockland.
Do you know about one you like go towards Napa? There used to be one out over there.
I don't know about that one, and I know that there's a huge one in San Jose.
I want to go. I think we should go. That'd be a podcast mission right here, right now.
So
Not right now. Don't take that literally.
Yeah.
Huh? What'd you say, Kyle?
I said that's another trip you're not going to go on, Nick.
What the fuck? No, I'll have money
we
for
have
the...
a list of trips. Oh, by the way,
Uh-huh.
Brendan Schaub's in Sacramento. It's $25 a ticket.
That's it?
Yeah.
I want to go.
It's at the Punchline.
Okay. When we going? When is it? Next year?
It's next month.
Oh, November, eh?
Yeah, that's next month, isn't it?
Okay, I'm free. Let's go.
Till that day. Oh, I got to pick somebody from the airport. Oh, I got family shit.
Dude. Let's be honest. I am like that.
Yeah, that's why he just said
Dude, I
the
like
flea market trip's the
sometimes...
one that you're never gonna go on. We never been to a
I'm hella gonna go.
We never went to we never went to San Leandro. We're not gonna go to the flea market. You haven't been to the casino with us.
Yeah, we are. I've been to the casino with you once.
Yeah, that's because we were going to a show.
Yeah.
Yeah, you didn't go with us to the casino. You went with us to the show that happened to be at a casino.
And then we chilled afterwards. Yeah.
Yeah, but only because it was at a casino.
Okay, next time I'll make up for it.
I don't know, because we've gone after work now.
Damn it!
Sometimes we'll just look at each other and go, "You want to hit the casino? Yeah, fuck it, let's go."
At like 3 a.m? Yes? No?
I mean,
We left
go
at
at
like
like midnight or 11.
Yeah, we left here at like 12:30.
Okay.
So
And then you get there at like
A little after
1:30?
1.
Okay.
yeah, we figured you were asleep.
That's all
I know
right.
you would flake.
Oh, yeah, I probably would have been asleep. Did you guys get off late? That's
You would have
all.
been like Frosted Flakes.
They're great. Somewhat. Unless you want to add some powdered sugar.
I'm not a fan of Frosted Flakes.
Yeah. Put a bunch of powdered sugar on Frosted Flakes. Call them Scarface Flakes. I don't know.
And with that,
With that,
go ahead.
ladies and gents,
the podcast is over. Y'all have a good day.
I think that's just how we end the podcast now. Just a shit Nick joke.
hey, that's not very nice. All right, y'all. Love you. Bye. You guys ain't gonna say anything?
I just
Come on.
did, and you kept it going.
Ah!